Hey everybody, it's time to get out and wander again. It's mid-June 2022 and today we're going to head for Ludington, Michigan. Once we get there, stay overnight, and tomorrow morning we're going to get on a car ferry, SS Badger. It's the only coal-fired, steam-powered passenger ferry still in operation in the U.S. So that's going to be cool. After we get to Wisconsin off that ferry, we're going to head to Apostle Islands, Duluth, Thunder Bay. Then we'll circle around north side of Lake Superior to Sault Ste. Marie and back home. So here we go. So we made it to Ludington. Took us about 5 hours, and here is the inn that we are staying tonight. And just by chance, it is called the Inn at Ludington. So good morning. We get up bright and early, got in line here for the ferry, and that's the SS Badger behind me. 1875, they started a ferry service between Ludington and Wisconsin, and they would unload produce, machinery, whatever it was being shipped off the railroad onto the boat, then back onto the railroad. In 1892, they built a ferry so that they could pull the railroad cars directly onto the ship itself, so that eliminated all that other extra work. And by 1930, they had 9 ships traveling between Ludington and 3 separate Wisconsin ports. It's a 4-hour cruise across Lake Michigan, and we will end up in Manitowoc, Wisconsin later today. Here we are sailing into Manitowoc, Wisconsin. So we headed north out of Manitowoc toward the Apostle Islands, and man, we hit some heavy downpours, but we got up into the area and found a free campsite. It's called Potato River Falls. I think it's run by the county, so that's what we grabbed for the night. There's only 5 sites here, and we were able to get a nice one. Here, let me show you around. So the rain has lightened up, and mosquitoes here are pretty thick. But we're going to be wrapping it up for the rest of the night, getting inside, and oh man. So that's it for the evening. See you tomorrow morning. So here we are at Potato River Falls. We just left our campsite, and there is a trail right up ahead here. I'm in the parking area. I'm going to check it out, see what the falls looks like. To the top of Potato River Falls. It's about maybe a quarter mile or a little longer down a series of steps. There's also a trail to get to the bottom of the falls. So we left the campground. We went to Bayfield, Wisconsin, and tomorrow we're going to go kayaking. Now we're going to see if there's a boat ride that we can take around the Apostle Islands. It's very, very windy. We're talking about small craft advisories. So hopefully they're still going to have the ferry go around the islands. We just want to see what it all looks like. Well, they did have tickets for us. They are going to run. They're just not going to run the full route out far into Lake Superior. But we've never been on this kind of tour before, so it'll all be new to us. It'll all be good. Well, we had a bit of a rough ride out there today on Lake Superior, but made it back to shore safe and sound. Very interesting trip, a lot of history. And now we're going to go into the town of Bayfield, check out some shops, restaurant, have a good time. Good morning. So it's a new day and a new adventure to get out and wander. Today we're going to go with the group kayaking on Lake Superior, hoping to see some sea caves, and they say there's a shipwreck out there too that we could see. And away we go. Well, here we are back to shore. Had a great time on that kayaking tour. Nice sea caves, some arches, and some birds. That was a really fun time, and now it's time to move on to the next adventure. So, as I said, we're off to the next adventure, and I think this is it. It's called Crossing the Border. It's been a while since we've crossed the border into Canada, and with all the new rules and regulations, we did get the ArriveCan app. We had a little trouble trying to get all the way through it. It kept on locking at a certain point. We called Canada, and they made some recommendations. We followed what they said to do. Things moved along. We'll see how everything turns out today. So off to Canada it is.